Well, it's the 21st of January, 2022. Do I seem melancholy? Is that the word, Jason? Melancholy?
Yeah.
This show is called Risk On. It's the 177th episode of Risk On. It is the 21st of January, 2022. And I will say to all of you who followed me for a long time, some of you have been investors with me for 20 years. I have been through 32 years of market volatility. There is a wholesale sell-off of all assets. It's risk off. The show is called Risk On. The market is risk off everything. We're going to have a market update towards the end of the show because we changed the format a little bit. But the elephant in the room is, oh my God. Is there an elephant in the room? Let me start off by just saying one little thing, if you could go to my screen. $38,070. The non-correlated investment that is Bitcoin.
Yeah, non-correlated,
It
yeah.
appears to be down $31,000
$31,000
since I went to Dubai.
In November.
Now, I know the people who out there who don't like me think I control the price of Bitcoin. Okay, let's work on that. Hold on. Go higher. Okay, it should start going higher because I control the price of Bitcoin, right? That's satire. For those people who, that's not, for disclosure purposes, I don't actually control the price of Bitcoin. But I do control the fact that we bought 20,600 miners and then we underwrote them to $10,000. So
Yeah.
believe it or not, if you read the press releases, we still make money here. And I feel compelled, I got to get to the show, which now is 37,987 on Bitcoin. I feel compelled to remind the shareholders of public disclosure. Because if you think I control the price of Bitcoin, then you're going to think I'm sending Bitcoin down so I can buy more shares of Nile.
Oh.
But I told you guys that we'd be doing a buyback.
Yep.
We put out a public press release to it. We told you I have been buying since September for Alt Alpha, and I want everyone to understand that later on you can't say Bitcoin went down because of Todd and he bought back stock, which we told you for months we were going to do.
Wait,
whenever we put the press release
Dude,
out.
you control Jay Powell and you control Build Back Better. Stop the shit, man. Cut it out.
I'll cut it out right now.
Okay.
But if you want to follow this and understand what I say about this, go to my social media. I want you to go sign up for my Instagram, which is Todd Ault at Instagram. I have a Twitter, Todd Ault 3, that's for Todd Ault the third, on Twitter. By the way, Twitter just like upgraded me now to some cool things now. So now I have, well, other people have this feature, but I have some more features which allow me to like not allow people that are lunatics to make comments and spam the shit out of me because they do it. They're like, some people make like 6 comments in a row where they could just make it in one. They make like 6.
Yeah, because they want to be heard.
And they want to go like, and I just go block. Now I don't want to talk to you because one minute you like me, the next minute I'm the one reason the stock's down. I can't say to people, if you want to sell to me down here, I guess you're going to. But in effect, if we're buying, if there's a buyback in place,
Yeah.
if we're buying for the fund, then they all know that.
They do.
Right.
And they
So-
also know the forecast of revenue for Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, if Bitcoin goes down to 20,000, we still make money.
I mean,
So-
do you want to take 30 seconds to show it real
sure,
quick?
let's see it.
Take a look at my screen, Nick. You know, there's good times, there's bad times. You know,
if it goes down to 20,000, we still can make 54 million net, 84 million gross.
yeah.
And with Russia possibly shutting off miners, there should be less mining activity.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. And we're going to get to some other things, but just
it
real
does feel like I'm leading you somewhere.
Let me show you this. I got something else for us. Bitcoin global hash rate. Nick, if you would, I'm refreshing right now to get the latest and greatest data.
Uh-oh.
It appears that Russia, we had 205 exahash deployed in the global hash rate today, and now all of a sudden it's down to 175.78 exahash globally right now. The difference of 30 exahash. Where did those machines get shut down, pray tell?
So I want you all to attend a conference in which I will be there. Charles Payne will be there. Other people are going to be there. It's not just going to be me. Hopefully I'll be skinnier by then because I'm going to be on a diet. I'm going to try to lose a little weight. I've been losing some weight, but I need to lose more. I got some in my belly. What? You telling me to talk closer to the mic? God, these people in the production. By the way, before we roll the clip, I have to say a special thanks to Ed Carpenter, the team, Ed Carpenter Racing, his whole staff, Tim there. Wow, what a great time.
Yeah.
A special thanks to the president of Indy Motor Speedway, Doug Bowles. Special thanks to IndyCar. Connor Daly, his family. Wow, very supportive people. We're just, the relationship is just like incredible. We're so excited about the brands, Earnity, Turn On Green. But I want to say a special thanks to Brett and Nick, Randy, and the crew who went all the way to Indiana and brought all the stuff with them. What a pain in the ass that was. And they did it in 6-degree weather. It felt like 6 degrees. I froze like this. It was so cold. Christy, our new producer, got all the five gold stars for the day because apparently the thing ran like a clockwork. We killed it. And let's roll the clip for Risk On. I hope you guys can all join us there. We are almost about a third away of those seats being gone. So you got to go there and you got to get on the list, and then we'll invite you to the pre-registration. It's at toddault.com. Let's roll the clip. That's exciting.
Perfect.
Will you be there?
I'll be there for sure.
Hey, speaking of perfect, we have the Perfect podcast on coming up with actress Kanapala. I know she's going to be so sad with me if I don't say her name right. Kalpana Pot. We'll also have the founder of Litecoin on, Charlie Lee. Kalpana is...
I think we got a clip for that, don't we?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
This girl is so freaking talented. And I got to be honest with you, I worked to get her on the show for a long time. She's an astronomer. She's an actress. You've probably seen her on a lot of shows. We're going to roll her clip real quick because we are excited she's going to be on. Let's go. Oh, that's her whole clip? Kalpana is an actress. She appeared in TV shows like Grey's Anatomy, Hot in Cleveland, Call Me Kat, to name a few. Numerous national commercials. She is self-proclaimed scientific geek. She loves space, superhero-related stuff. She also enjoys giving lectures, presentations on astronomy, science at the Griffith Observatory. She is the youngest of 3 girls in a family full of doctors, scientists, and educators. The utmost important to her and her home. She runs a fashion page. Yes, she does. Outspoken space talk TikToker called Talk Nerdy to Me. Anyways, I'll tell you one thing that's fun about her is she has a way of dressing down people who are negative, like the flat earthers and people that don't believe there's space and all kinds of stuff. I'm a big fan of what she does. She loves astronomy. One of the talking points is, did she ever consider being an astronaut? We're going to talk to her. When are we going to have her on the show?
She's going to be in person on Monday, but then we have to edit it. So.
She's in person on Monday. We'll edit it, so it'll be probably out a couple weeks from there, right? Well, it'll be great to have her on the show. I'm very excited. She's thrilling. Charlie Lee, who doesn't know Charlie? Do we have a clip on Charlie Lee? Oh, everyone knows Charlie Lee. He's the founder of Litecoin. Let's see. Charlie Lee is a computer scientist best known for creating Litecoin. He serves on the managing director of Litecoin Foundation. Lee was born in the Ivory Coast. Wow, nice. South Coast, West Africa. He's moved to the United States at the age of 13. He graduated from Massachusetts Technology. Who goes to MIT anyways, man? MIT? Is that Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
We all know Charlie's smart. With a bachelor's degree and master's degree in computer sciences, 2000. Lee's brother, Bobby Seeley, is the founder and CEO of the crypto exchange in BTC, China. And we'll be talking to Charlie. When are we talking to Charlie? Wednesday. So we got some upcoming podcasts, and right now, today, we're going to have a great show. And today, we're going to talk to... No, we're talking to Marcus first, aren't we?
We're going to have Randy come into the Indy trip.
First before Marcus?
And then we're going to do Marcus.
Oh, okay. Well, we have a new producer, and she tells me what to do now. Let's do that. Randy, come on in. Why?
I was looking at chat.
What's he being?
Obnoxious.
Can we ban him?
Yeah.
How's that Indianapolis trip? Pretty good.
Yeah, it was great.
How do we do that? We used to have someone do that for us.
Randy's here.
Yeah, I think
What's up, Randy?
Willie usually does that.
What's up, Randy? Which one?
Ladies, gentlemen, hello.
Which one?
SF. Hey, Randy, what's going on? Sorry for the silence.
What's up, guys?
Hey, so you and
know,
I...
SF, you're in the comments. We appreciate that. We'll give you your 4 minutes of fame. If you could actually prove something, I invite you to do that. But right now, I think we're just going to block you because you're a liar. That's not true.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Don't make stuff up. Anyways, it'll just take me 2 seconds to do that. Randy, while you give everyone an update, please tell us about... Oh, just for everyone to know, I didn't sign an Indy deal for Randy. Now,
Yeah,
Randy
you did.
doesn't want me to tell you that anymore.
What do you mean?
Came to see me and
You
said,
did.
stop saying that.
You did do it for me. Thank
But I
you.
did not do it for you, Randy. I did it for the company.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Randy, was it interesting to take the tour of the Indianapolis 500? And I'll let you talk
Both
about...
tracks. Yeah, both tracks. We did the oval track, and then we went around the road course with Doug Bowles, 3-car armada driving around the track. It was pretty intense.
Yeah, we did a lap on
Yeah.
both courses.
You know, I've been around there on a bus before, and the bus only does like, whatever, 20 miles an hour because they're going slow so you can see everything. But we were doing like 90. My car was doing 90 with you, Jason, and I don't know
Yeah.
what those other guys were doing, but we were following them. But
That was a blast.
That was pretty sweet. I love to see guys like you, Jason, that don't really understand motorsports as much as I do, but
Right.
you got so, fired up about it. I saw you, you were so happy. It's like, it's great to see that. So
I was pretty pumped up about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we needed to enjoy the time there because not many people get to do what we did.
No.
So, yeah, I was pretty fired up.
Yeah,
about
it was a great privilege.
Absolutely. And then, of course, when we went to Ed Carpenter Racing,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. I never got to tell you publicly, Todd, but welcome to the NTT Data IndyCar series.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And I got a question for you because I never got to ask you this either. So my view is like, I know you've done some great things in your life, you have some milestones in your life. For example, your kids being born, marrying your wife, Christy. You got to ring the bell on the NASDAQ, which was a big deal for you. But how does this rank compared to those? And be honest, like how how high up on the ladder is this on
Well,
the things you've done?
I'm going to talk about the sponsorship of Indy is a little different, and
Yeah.
that I'm super proud of Nile. It's a name
Mm-hmm.
I bought in 2017, and as part of the transition to being a DeFi cryptocurrency company, I'm such a believer in the fact, and became a believer in Bitcoin and what we're doing in DeFi and finance and data center,
Yeah.
that I really wanted to connect with people in the Midwest. Indy has a really big following. I'm from Ohio. My wife is from Indiana. I believe in the people of Indiana. I believe in the Midwest, the sort of core values. I have a family of 4. My mom and dad are still alive. My dad's obviously in the hospital with Alzheimer's. I'm a big believer in the kind of traditional Midwest values. Even though I grew up in California, I think I always felt like family was first. And Indy is a very tight family. Connor Daly is so well liked. I know that, Randy, you've been going there for 30 years. They're nice to you. They treat you well as a fan. The president of Indy calls you personally to thank you for being a ticket holder. He calls 10 to 15 people a day to do that.
Yeah.
It's a family.
Yeah.
And I wanted BitNile and Alt Alliance, Alt and Company to be, and the brands of Earnity to be associated with the people of Indy and what NTT Indy Series matters. One of the things that Connor talked about, and so did Ed Carpenter, is they go fight to win the race. And after they fight to win the race, they all help each other.
Yeah.
And I just I'm thrilled that for the next 2 years, BitNile will be part of that family. So it's not as if I've gone to Indy before and I love Indy.
Yeah.
It's not as important to me that I'm sponsoring a team.
Yeah.
It's important to me that the company is going to get well known. We're in Michigan. We had a data center in Indiana, which we're closing, obviously, because we're selling the S9s, which we talked about getting rid of S9s and upgrading to our new miners. But we have a stronghold in Michigan, which is 30 minutes or just like not too far out of Indiana.
Right.
And Roger Penske, who owns the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, he just represents all the values of family. His kids work there. He believes in the people that are there. It's great to be part of that family. I think it's going to be great for the brand.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great for the brand, meaning BitNile. It's going to be great for Earnity because we want people who want to trade crypto or who want to be invested in NFTs. So we want them to be part of a family where it can be trusted. And I think that those people in the Midwest represent that. I'm not saying people in California and New York don't have that either. They do.
Yeah.
But I was born there. I grew up in California, in Orange County. It was a little conservative back when I grew up there. A little different now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty excited about it. Jason, what'd you think? You were there. What'd you think of it?
Everyone is just really tight. It's kind of like a family here, actually. The synergy's really, really good.
It's a very synergistic relationship with Indy and Connor Daly,
Yeah.
Ed Carpenter Racing, his wife, who is just incredibly nice to us. The whole family there, Tim, the president of Ed Carpenter Racing. Randy, how'd they treat you?
Yeah, that's funny you mentioned Tim. I want to say thanks to all of them. Ed, Connor, Renus, Tim, the president, Bree and Mike. I mean, these people are all fantastic. And Tim actually told something to Cliff. We were having dinner Tuesday, and he told Cliff, he goes, I know Randy. I guess. And Cliff's going, well, how do you know Randy? He goes, I've seen this guy. I've seen him over and over, at the
Sure.
races. So it's amazing. And some of the mechanics told me, too. I was in the bathroom washing my hands one day before lunch, and then the mechanic came in, and he goes, hey, I know you. And he's saying, like, he knew me. He recognized me. He's seen me at the races in the garage area, the pits or whatever.
But we didn't sponsor an IndyCar for Randy. We sponsored an IndyCar for BitNile.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about it. And by the way, we'll be in front of millions and millions of people. Special thanks to Ed Carpenter Racing. All the people there. Doug Bowles, all the people in Indy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they took us out on the track. Now, granted, we were in SUVs.
Yeah.
But was that not cool or what?
That was great.
Yeah. Well, it's not fun and games either. This is business. You guys will be doing business on the weekends. It's not like we're there to party. I'm going to help the team any way I can and help you guys any way I can. But I know you guys will be grinding deals at these races. This is not just fun and games, but it is an awesome opportunity for us for sure.
Well, keep in mind, we want to sell EV chargers. We want to sell to the consumer. And up next, the president of Turn On Green, Marcus Charavastra. We're going to have him on. Marcus is a talented guy. He's president and chief revenue officer of Turn On Green, a subsidiary of Alt Alliance, BitNile. Turn On Green is selling product now on Amazon. Let's read through Marcus's bio. Marcus is an accomplished business leader with 20 years of experience, strategic sales and marketing, business, corporate team, organizational development. Prior to joining Turn On Green, he spent 11 years at Targeted Medical Pharma, serving as VP of Operations, Managing Director of a microcap biotech startup. During his tenure, Marcus was instrumental in taking the company public and establishing a multi-billion-dollar distribution network for the portfolio. I like what I got the talking points here. Let's go to Marcus. Oh, hey, let's go, buddy. Hold on a second. How do we do this here?
Perfect.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Where's the crowd one? I'm not good at this anymore. We've been a little bit out of date here.
That's okay.
Great. Well,
Marcus, welcome to the program, man.
thanks
Good
for
to
having
see
me.
you.
Long time watcher.
Pretty
first time
excited.
visitor. Nice.
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 Hey, where's Amos? Let's bring him in.
Amos, hey,
Okay.
all the viewers, if you have your questions for Turn On Green executives here, let us know.
Amos Khan. As Amos joins us, I've known Amos for about 6 years. When I took over DPW originally, when Amos invited me in to take it over, and we bought out the prior chairman, Amos was the CEO. He's been on the board of directors of DPW, was there for about 11 years. He is chairman and CEO of Turn On Green. Amos, you've been in you've been in the power electronics business for how long?
Over 20 years.
20 years. Now, Amos is a shy guy, but he's a really good engineer. He lives in Israel and the United States, and he's the one responsible for bringing us things like Enertech. He oversaw Gresham, the UK business. He oversaw Microphase. He's been CEO of Digital Power, the original company, for like 11, 12, 13 years. And
14 years.
what?
14.
14 years. Wow, you're getting old, Amos. And Amos has just recently made Marcus president, and they're a good team here as we're launching the EV stuff. Marcus, obviously, you're in the office on a day where the market was a little turmoil, and sometimes I get a little bit of emotional. So you got to experience a little bit of maybe an overview. But I thought maybe you could just talk to people. I mean, do we have a thought process? Are we going to kind of ad-lib this, or do you have something you really want to talk about first? Because I got all kinds of things to talk about with Turn On Green.
Well, I'm here to answer your questions. And,
Yeah.
and
I'm overly impressed with the product. That's what I'm excited about. And obviously, even though I was in a bad mood, you just gave me a little bit of a presentation, and I got in a better mood quickly,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Amos has been at it for a long time. Amos is really the engineer, and he sells to defense contractors all around the world. He does all kinds of stuff. But people don't realize that BitNile, which is the new name, is a holding company. It owns Alt Alliance, and inside Alt Alliance is a business called Turn On Green. We told the markets many times we plan on bringing it public or doing some sort of a public market situation. You guys are a business in itself. So you're a company inside a company inside a company. You guys are located. You guys got a new building now, which is going to be opening when?
in a couple months, in about 2 months.
I heard it's a beautiful building.
It's
Almost.
impressive.
How big is this new building?
31,000 square foot.
31,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations. And I heard where's it at? It's in Silicon Valley somewhere, right?
Yeah, in Milpitas.
Milpitas.
Yep.
So people don't realize when they look at the whole picture, they don't realize there are energy EV companies that are smaller than Turn On Green that have a bigger market cap than all of Nile, and you guys are inside us, right? I mean, but you're looking really. You guys ultimately, as a company, you guys want to go public yourselves.
100%.
Do you think I want you to go public too?
100%.
Oh, great, I do. So everyone knows that. Almost. Do you think I want you to go public too?
Absolutely.
Okay. Someday, hopefully, you will. But the products are great, and I do want to take some viewer questions. But maybe is it possible? Are we going to link to your screen? How are we going to show some of the products?
Yeah, I was just going to show an intro of Turn On Green, and then we can look at some of the products.
Do we have an intro?
Yeah, let's give them the 30-second clip.
Oh, cool. Let's do that.
All right. Nick, you got my screen? Rock and roll.
Wow. What's that? Your videos are fancy.
Oh, it's more than just EV.
We cover a lot of different sectors.
Wow.
Pretty
We
cool,
are turn
huh?
on green. Well, there's been a lot of conversation too about who we are, where we've been. I see every time on your show when I get a chance to watch your show, which is often during lunch.
Yeah.
People ask, "What's up with EV? What's going on?"
We
with
got to
turn on
do
green?"
we got to do we got to do a better job of making sure people understand that, right?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here today. I mean,
Yeah.
I really came, like you asked me, like, what are you, I'm here.
No, I knew why
I
you
know,
were
but
here.
I'm here because
I was really giving almost
I
our
want to
time.
make sure that I'm available to you. And before we go further in EV, I just want to say thank you on behalf of all your employees, because there's a lot of staff in all the subs. There's 21 people in Turn On Green.
Yeah,
And-
I'm bummed I don't get to meet them all
and
too. I mean, I never
so I'm going to
almost-
just say thank you on behalf of all the staff.
Oh, you're very kind.
Thank you.
You're very
for,
kind.
for doing what you're
Almost
doing.
took me to Israel, and they had like a dinner or a lunch for us, and there was like 100 engineers there, and I only went like twice. I think I went twice, and so you never really get to see everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize how many. I don't think people realize how many employees there are. I think with the advent of the hotels now, we're approaching like 400 or something.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Well-
Anyways, so the EV products have been an evolution. Almost obviously, are you happy with the ones you have now? I mean, they look pretty incredible. What are you thinking about where you are now in engineering? And can you give anyone like a taste before we get to Marcus on what you're kind of working on, or no?
Yeah, I can. Well, first, the one that we just released for the sales is one of the best in the market, I believe. Well, I'm the engineer, so it's easy to say that, but I really compare that, and you can ask other people. I think that product has a lot of feature, and it's a great product. We are working on some other new products that are going to be leading the industry in terms of features and technology. All
So-
coming this year.
So Marcus, I have some on the screen. Can you pull up my screen real quickly here? Thanks. So when you go to these commercial products, can you kind of tell us the difference between? I mean, treat everyone in the audience like they just don't know the company.
Sure.
What are sort of the different chargers you have?
Well, let's talk about what we're doing. We have a B2B business where we're selling commercial level 2 and level 3 chargers to all types of businesses, commercial real estate, hospitals, golf courses. We take a different approach on the B2B model than other charging companies. We're really focused on intelligent deployment. A lot of charging companies that are in the market now, like ChargePoint, Blink, have really tracked rebates and grants and just sort of plunked down chargers everywhere they could get money to do
Right.
it, which is also why you see this sort of artificially high price on chargers, because it's like the pharma industry. They're using government money, so they're just low. Well, if they're giving me $4,000, then I'm going to make the charger $4,000.
Right.
So, what we're doing is we're
Elon Musk talked about this. He said, "Why would you subsidize gas stations?" He doesn't like the subsidy, right?
Yeah.
And do you agree with him or disagree with him?
Well, you're going to end up with a lot of machines that have cobwebs. So when you talk about, government and government spending and government overspending, government waste, sometimes they're well-intentioned in terms of trying to promote EV and push EV. And we need, there's 46,000 public chargers right now across the country. We sell in this country 50,000 new EVs a month. So there's not enough chargers. So the government has to step in and promote and push businesses.
Wait, let's
to do that.
go over that again real quick. So there's 46,000 chargers in the country,
public chargers,
and we sell 50,000 new EVs a month.
Correct.
So we got a shortage.
So the real opportunity is the home charging market, right? That's a huge opportunity. So we have a brand new product that's just come out this January called the EV700. It's available on Amazon, Walmart.
Is that the residential charger?
This is our residential. So
and this is the one up on the screen right now.
correct. So this is our B2C. This is our direct-to-consumer model, which is also applicable to some certain businesses as well who want to just do closed loop charging, easy, clean charging. This machine is very powerful. Part of Amos' genius is that he's able to develop machinery that can take small amounts of power and really amplify them. And so, like people who are charging Tesla, a lot of the discussions, how fast can I charge my Tesla? So they're going for the 11 kilowatt machine and the 50 amp or 80 amp breaker. It doesn't make sense on a lot of home structure. So this machine is going to give you 33, 34 miles per hour you're plugged in and off of a 32 amp.
So you come home at
circuit.
night, you plug this in at night to your car, just go to bed and wake up in the morning, or what?
Yeah, actually, you plan where you want to, when and what you want to charge. Meaning that if you want to take advantage of a lower rate, then it will be start charging only at midnight. It will stop charging at 5
Wait,
a.m.
you can plug the car in and just tell it to charge at midnight?
That's right.
So it just sits there, and at midnight it comes on by itself?
Well, you got to
Yep.
download the EV700 app. So this is a smart charger. So it comes with it can be a dumb charger too. If you want to just plug and play and set it so you can plug it in, it works. Easy done. If you want to have more control, you can use the app to initiate charge. You can schedule charge. It makes charging really easy. So for what I do for my EV, and I encourage you strongly to buy electric vehicles on your next car
Sure.
because you won't go back after that.
Yeah, Ferrari does make a hybrid now.
You're a Mercedes guy too, so
Yeah, I am, yeah.
They have some beautiful stuff coming.
Really?
Like beautiful. It's
Yeah.
gonna put the Lucid stuff to shame. I mean,
Really?
it's really nice.
Wow.
So
You heard it here first.
Wow.
Lucid's going to be put to shame by Mercedes.
What?
yep,
That's what he's saying.
that's
Kind of makes sense.
Wow.
The Germans have like a little bit of a lead, right? Almost. The Germans been at it a little while.
they're talking about a 600-mile range.
Yeah.
battery.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
It's so there's a lot of stuff that's changing. I mean, so for this
I
industry,
think
much.
I got to say this. I think that I've trusted Amos a lot of years. Amos is a good friend, and we really took over the company together. I got to say that the best thing that's happened to Amos, besides me, just kidding, Amos. The best thing that's happened to Amos is you. I know that Will recruited you. He brought on Douglas Gintz, who he's just completely revolutionizing the look and feel of everything for us. I'm so happy with Douglas. But I think this is the first time where Amos has had someone, because Amos, we all know Amos it has, speaks more than one language, is from 2 different countries, and is very, sophisticated in his conversation. And you've been out there in the trenches selling. He sells kind of commercially. You've sold commercially and effectively to the consumer. And I love the combination of the two of you. How long have you? When did you start, and how long have you been at Turn on Green now?
I started back in April of 2021. So
So you're coming up on a year.
yeah, it's coming up on a year, and I came in and it was very much.
But you were just promoted to president, right?
correct. Well,
Like
we're
January 1st or something
we're
like that?
working. We're working
Oh,
on.
no,
we're
Amos
working
is
on
the
final.
president. Almost promoted him to president.
We're
You heard it here.
Yeah.
First.
Definitely,
Right?
definitely, we've agreed upon it.
Yeah.
No, I love. We're Amos and I work wonderfully together. It's like
Sure.
peas and carrots.
Yeah, peas
we're
and
both
carrots.
we're both doers. We love to get stuff done.
That's what Forrest said. We are peas and carrots.
That's right.
All right. I got to tell you, one of the things that was like, the market sucks. Bitcoin sucks right now, price wise. Put all that aside, what was the most exciting thing all day for me? I'm going to tell you, this is the most exciting thing. So you guys have done an installation for like a winery, right? Like a resort.
Yeah, we just finished installing an all-sol ranch and resort, which is like
Right. The most exciting thing today was, do you know what it was?
seeing.
I saw that app where you could just pull it up and someone was using the charger.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And you could see it. You could go like, wait, I'm gonna go find myself an EV charger, and someone was using one of those chargers. And I know that that's commonplace in charging networks, but to see that you guys are building a network slowly. is great.
The Turn on Green app. It's really intuitive and it works fantastic.
Almost, I know you can't comment on Canada, so don't say anything about Canada. But what's going on in Canada that you can't say? All right, more on that later, right? Because
Yeah.
everyone knows last year that we were talking to some restaurant chains and stuff like that. You're still actively pursuing. Let's just say more on that later, right? Can't really say anything on Canada yet.
Well, I like to operate in certainties, and I know.
You
think,
like certainties?
Yeah, and I think so. One of the things that we like to do is make sure that we're moving forward properly. And I can say that things are moving forward in the right direction in terms of equipment, site installation, site surveys, and quotations. So the EV game is a long game. There is nothing immediate.
I didn't realize how much supply chain issues. Almost started telling me, he's like, okay, so we have orders and we can't get stuff. He started like, and I kind of thought, come on, that's really a ridiculous excuse. But as I've learned about shipping Bitcoin miners, thank God I almost got a shipment recently, because the rates for Bitcoin miner shipments from Indonesia and Malaysia are off the Richter scale. Jason,
Yeah.
this is a real problem, right? I mean, supply chain isn't a made-up term. It's not a let's go Brandon, Joe Biden issue.
Yeah.
It's a real issue for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, the global Build Back Better is not going so well. I mean,
No,
let
but I
alone
mean,
America.
from a supply chain thing, you deal with shipping for miners, right?
Oil's massively a big part in that, so $86 a barrel doesn't help matters. Human capital, lack of people that want to work. Yeah, there's all
But
kinds
the
of different
recent
things.
shipment you did for Bitcoin miners was off the chart. Almost, how is the global supply chain affecting you?
It's delay shipment, definitely. It's a delay shipment, a delay production also. But we are playing ahead, so we know what's going on, and we just investing right so we can actually deliver tomorrow.
Yeah. The good news is we positioned ourselves last year for this.
You
for our
have
rollout.
chargers,
So
yeah.
we have chargers.
We have chargers.
residential and commercial chargers. So we're ready to deploy. We're just going a site at a time. And
From a value proposition, the price of the residential charger, where do you feel it falls in? Because I know there's a bunch of different kinds. Can you talk about the difference between a 32 watt, a 40, a 50? It seems like to me, I'm a little confused. If one charges long enough, what's the relevancy of the difference there?
So the EV driver typically will charge at home, and so when you're at home, the need to charge in 2 hours is slim.
Right.
So a 32 amp charger, which is a 7 kilowatt charger, which is the EV700, is what we offer. It's going to give you basically a full battery in 6 hours. So you can turn that thing on at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. and then wake up 6 a.m. and you're ready to go. Do that twice a week. You don't ever have to worry about public charging. You don't have to worry about going out and range anxiety, anything like that. So
There's 21 people at the company now. You're opening a new location in Milpitas. I know you guys are working hard to get the public offering someday ready. We talked about some things you guys are trying to work on. What's the highest priority for now, like this quarter, next quarter? Because I know that if there's 46,000 public chargers,
Yep.
how many do there need to be?
there needs to be a lot more. So there's about $7 million that's been set aside from the infrastructure bill, and that's going to be rerouted slowly through the EPA, through a couple different grant programs, and you're going to find your utilities are going to have access to a lot of funds. So for us in California, Southern California, Edison, LA, DWP all have big programs that they're rolling out quarterly. So our priorities right now are just to continue to grow the commercial network, which is, you can find that on the Turn On Green app, the commercial public network, and then the e-commerce, building the e-commerce brand, building our brand, sharing our story, and getting our machine into homes.
Can you hang out with us for a while, almost? Can you guys hang out for a few minutes?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they want to find the product, any of these products, they go to turnongreenev.com or Turn On Green.
Go to Amazon. I mean, everybody
Amazon.
everybody loves Amazon.
Where are they available at?
Go to Amazon, just type in EV700. And
Hey, look at that.
Walmart.
Wait, let's check it out. Let's see. Are they on Amazon right now? Let's
They're
see.
on
it.
Amazon
Oh, there
right
we
now.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
557. Is there a coupon or no?
Yeah.
Yep, there's a coupon right now.
Right now.
How do we do it?
You got to just click through, right? Let's see.
No, but like they're watching the show. If they want to buy a
Yeah, well, let's be honest. I mean, they're gonna go on. They're gonna open their app. They're gonna go on Amazon. They're gonna say, "Give me a charger."
okay, got it.
Listen,
Okay.
if you're a risk-on supporter, if you're a all BitNile supporter, then this is the product that you're gonna put in your house.
I got it. For
Hey,
sure.
I got a call to take. I got to
Okay.
jump out.
All right. Wow, must be important. Hey, we're going to wrap it up for a minute. They're going to stay with us for a few minutes while we transition. I don't know what's up. We got a new format now here. Someone's like driving the bus. She must be the producer. Must be in charge. Oh, are we? See, you had me confused, right? Because the Indy Randy was at the end here. Obviously, you guys, if you have a chance, please check out our social media. Todd Ault on Instagram. You're obviously on Risk On, so please make sure you like and follow the show. If you didn't already do that, I don't know what the heck to say. Jason is going to be back in a second. Apparently, he decided to bail out on the market update. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. Can we roll the Risk On conference real quick? We got a conference on May 12th through the 15th, and by the way, Turn On Green will be there, and we'll be giving away an EV charger there at the conference. So. I'm going to buy one, and I'm going to give it away. Don't worry, Amos. I'll pay full price. There'll be no discounts for you, Todd, right? Let's roll the clip. You know, Marcus just brought up something to me about Blink and some other companies out there we compete with, although they're not really direct competitors. They're kind of quasi-competitors. But I saw the deal with GM, and they're supplying some stuff to GM. But let's talk about the public markets out there. What are people doing? What are you thinking about the competition out there?
It's a complicated market because
It is
everybody's
complicated.
severely overvalued compared to what their revenues are and their losses are. EV charging companies are losing money, losing cash a lot. Why is that? Because the market is not matured. They're building the infrastructure that's going to be required to capture the opportunity.
Sure.
That's in 4 years, and that's
Right.
where we are. We're trying to position ourselves to capture that opportunity. Because you always talk about 10 years from now, right? This is
Right.
what I'm planning on. So
Right.
this is a huge part of that, I think, is really planning to capture that infrastructure. One of the big EV software providers said, we've been doing this for about 12 years, and we're in like the bottom of the second.
Is it the bottom of the second?
That's where it has been so slow. I mean, Blink was around 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's slow.
And they had come all this stuff, and they said, oh, next year the EV is going to take off, but it's taking off. It's really taking off because you look at what the supply chain has really done. It's increased the cost of cars, right? Everything's up 30%. Nobody's buying cars. So you got thousands of people sitting on the sideline waiting to come back into the market. It's adjusting. You're literally watching it adjust right now in front of your face. So when it adjusts, they're going to come back into the market. What are they going to see? EVs. There's 40 EVs coming this year. 40
Right.
models. And not just Tesla.
And Ford's really making an investment there.
I have a Mach-E. I love my Mach-E.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I
It's
love
like a
my Mach-E.
fake Mustang, right?
Yeah, my wife, shout out to my wife. She loves the Mach-E. She's a big Mach-E
It's a
fan.
Mach-E,
Uh-huh.
not the Mach-E.
It's my Mach-E.
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 Uh-huh.
Okay. Obviously, there's competition, but where's the EV market going? I mean, the government's involved a little bit. Elon Musk pushed back and said, do you need to supplement gas stations? I think Elon Musk has actually said they're going to open up his charger network to the public too.
They keep talking about that. He has to. I mean, their Tesla's like, let's be honest, has like 60% of the market share right now.
Sure.
And so, they have. And
Does that 46,000 include Tesla?
No, so this is 46,000 public. That does not include the Tesla superchargers.
Okay, got it.
The Tesla superchargers, they were built to sell cars. He was smart. He's like, if I build it, they will come, right? And they did.
Right.
And so, but now what's happening is that the Tesla plug, for those of you guys who don't know, is different than the J1172 plug, which is Volkswagen, BMW. Everybody else uses the J1 plug. That's what our chargers use, the J1 plug. Now,
Right.
you can plug a Tesla into our charger
With an adapter.
easily,
Yeah.
and it works great. But you cannot plug my Mach-E into a Tesla charger.
Oh.
So there are no adapters.
So then how is the public network available then?
So they have proprietary technology, which they're going to release soon. They're going to release the adapters to join their charger.
So you have to get an adapter.
Which doesn't exist yet.
So they really haven't opened it up
They
yet.
have not.
They're going to open it up.
They keep saying that, but
Right.
they're clinging to their market share. So we'll see
Right.
what they do.
Whereas if you want to use that network, you have to have a Tesla.
Correct.
So Tesla can be used on our chargers, but we can't use their chargers.
Correct. And,
Huh.
and you mentioned Douglas earlier. Douglas, who's a rock star, he has a Tesla. He loves his Tesla.
Yeah, but he's been telling me when he comes to Vegas, it's hard for him to find charging.
It is nearly impossible for him to find chargers, especially around here. Hospitality, which was hit hard by the pandemic, has been slow to adopt EV charging. They are kind of the fastest sector to adopt EV charging, but they're still slow because it's a huge cash crunch there. So what you're seeing in the industry, and one of the reasons why these companies are losing so much money is because they're going out and they are owning and operating the EV chargers in the commercial buildings, like hotels and things like that.
Right.
So
Yeah, that kind of freaks me out, that idea that you put a charger in there, you pay rent to a new market, right, where you expect people to show up and use it,
Yeah.
right? So that's probably the risk. That's a risk-on situation.
that is a
for-
very risk-on.
Right, versus a rev share, maybe some shared costs, versus, hey, you're going to pay us rent to use it, right?
Very few businesses are prepared to take that risk right now. And so, which is the impetus to go public, right? Because you need the public markets to access funding to grow the Turn On Green network. 'Cause
Right.
I have no problem owning it and operating it because we can profit from it. Because you can set rates and you can do all sorts of things to the network.
So you don't agree with Elon Musk? You think that because there's so many new EVs being made and so few chargers, the government does need to supplement that conversion over to effectively to electric vehicles?
Whether it's the public markets or the government, I think there needs to be a balance. I think the problem with government subsidies is that you end up with inflated pricing and a challenging market where competition is not really fair. But I'm not going to disagree with Elon Musk. He's obviously much more knowledgeable and successful than I am.
There you go.
My wife's better looking than his wife.
Ah, there you go. Are we wrapping it up right now? Me and Marcus? Hey, we're going to take a few questions in the audience here. Let's see here. It looks like they're really talking about the market. Pretty crushed here. 20,600 miners. Let's see if we have any questions. Maybe we... sorry, I usually have Jason helping me, but he stepped out. Dodge, valid question. Todd, please don't valid question. I got burned, but well, we trust BitNile. Hope it. No, there's no reverse plan for BitNile. Why would there be? We don't need to reverse. People forget we raised 200 million at 381. I just do not understand everybody. Why they think we would do that. We'd buy it before we reverse it, in my opinion. Let's see here. I don't know where people think there'd be a reverse. You got to remember, on the American Stock Exchange, there is no dollar rule like NASDAQ. In the case of Naked, they're on the NASDAQ. They had to do a reverse. We don't have that issue. I hope this is very, very, very clear. I can't, pound it in people's heads, but we raised $200 million at $3.81, and we don't have a dollar rule at the American stock, New York American.
Didn't you authorize a buyback for?
We authorized a buyback for $50 million, and the hedge fund has been buying back.
So why would you dilute yourself?
Why would we reverse it? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're buying back. Why would you dilute yourself?
Yeah, you never know. You never know what people are thinking. My cousin's on there. Hey, Todd, what's up? Okay. Well, obviously, you guys, Tommy, by the way, I spoke about you the other day. When I was at Ed Carpenter Racing, I saw some of those machines that cut metal with water. Obviously, my cousin Tommy works for an amazing company that does that. You guys, check out Amazon. I see a $50 coupon. Drunk Turan says that on Amazon. Hey, we know who that guy is. How's he doing? Any chance of getting rid of... Oh, I can't do that. Can't talk politics right now. I appreciate everybody. Let's bring in Skylar real quick. Amos, before you sign off, my friend, it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
Are you excited about Turn on Green like you should be?
Yes.
What's the most exciting thing you think you got going on with Turn on Green? In your opinion, you and I have been together a long time. You've been in power electronics for a long time. The transition, the transformation of digital power to this new office and all the new products you have. What's the thing that gets you most excited right now?
We are entering into a very exciting market and a very exciting business that is driving the entire economy, and I would like very much to be part of this, and that is very exciting.
I think people don't realize almost that you supply the military with ruggedized power supplies. You do all kinds of top secret contracts that we're not allowed to talk about. You've been doing that for a long time. You still think that's going to continue on at Turn on Green and through your subsidiary?
Yeah, we'll keep that. We have a very strong customer base, and we'll keep that. However, with the Turn on Green, it's all new market, a new demand, and there is it is a very exciting time for me and for the company.
It's like a who's who of a Fortune 500 that buys power supplies from you. I mean, you've been at it a long time. Digital power has been around how long? 52 years? 1969. Yeah. Why do I know that? Because it was born the same year I was born, man. Anyways, everybody, up next, we're going to have Skyla real quickly here, and then we're going to go to a market update. Thanks. Marcus, thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. I think we should have some music or something. Well, Jason is clearly busy taking phone calls. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's better. I'm a little lonely over here.
Let's get down to business.
We're gonna get in trouble for using this music. I get all these knocks all the time saying you're not supposed to use this stuff. Hey, Skyla.
Yeah.
It's that time of the day. What do you got for us, Skyla?
Okay. Why do Valley girls only hang out in odd-numbered groups?
Why do Valley girls only hang out in odd number groups?
Because they literally can't even.
They what?
They literally can't even.
They can't even. Oh my God. That's another. Hey, let's do a quick market update. with just me. Obviously, Jason had to take a call. He does have a day job, and clearly that's. So it's 2:13, guys, on the 21st of January. I appreciate everyone being here. Dave Demirjian, I talked about the buyback at the beginning of the show. It is authorized. I feel bad for people who want to sell it down here. I can't give anyone advice, but stay tuned. We told everyone what we were going to be doing. Dow down 450, lows of the day. NASDAQ down 385 points. You know, I debated whether I would do this or not. And I hope that Willie and the producer go back to some of the 176 shows before this to talk about some of the things I was short. One of them, let's talk about some of the things that I was short and told people that I thought that NFLX. I told, well, I don't know that this is such a good idea anymore. I think people who watch the show know it, but one of those was this small company called Netflix. Let's look at the last year. That's okay. 396. It was 700. That's not working out so far. Wow, someone else is down. Must be Todd's fault. Okay, the other is, and I was attacked for viciously. Now this was actually the one that I was the most attacked for. All online, you know, people, blah blah blah. AMC. Got a lot of debt, and the CEO sold a lot of stock. That doesn't look so good either. Let's look at that for the last year, and that is, let's see here. Now, the good thing about the show is you can't alter what I said before. Like, it can't alter it. Like, we know what I said. We know where we were short. Everybody on the show knows. We were short a little bit, though. As Jason said, it's kind of trolling the short. The other one, which was my favorite one, I kind of felt like a bicycle with a subscription wasn't going to work out long term. And you never know, it may come roaring back. This is year to date. But I think people who watch this show remember 6 months ago, let's go here, when we shorted it at $120, $100, $90. It's 26 today. It's a bloodbath. That's the market update. Full on bloodbath, full risk off environment, which means for me it's risk on, because I am always risk on. I am always looking for bargains. I am always preparing for the future, and I'm the happiest I've been with the company. You just got to witness Turn on Green. Marcus Charvastra, Amos Khan, the CEO, who has been with me for a long time. That's a subsidiary of BitNile through Alt Alliance, doing great. I'm very happy with them moving forward with the EV charging network they're building. We're going to talk soon, hopefully, to Gresham Worldwide that's merging with Giga. We announced that deal. We are continuing to install miners at BitNile, which is great. I don't know that there's anything to talk about the market. Naked pre-split is 14 cents. As we talked on this show in the last 2 hours, we hit a low, 2-hour low, 24-hour low of 36,563. We're kind of right there. 36,500. Shout out to Roland, who said he thought he'd see 35,000. Don't think it was helpful because it went to 43,000 first. But hey, Roland said, hey, this thing looks like it's going to roll over a little bit. That does bring into question a little bit how much of a risk-on, risk-off asset that Bitcoin's being and correlating to. I kind of thought that it would perform a little better with inflation. Clearly, it's under pressure. I do want to talk a little bit about the market, because this is a really important topic about what happened with I'm going to go to CNBC to bring this up. I'm going to actually point out that you guys should really read this, and that is MicroStrategy. Now, this is Michael Saylor's company, who I respect immensely, and I'm pretty excited about them. They tumbled 17.8% on Friday. Now, here's the headline, right? MicroStrategy shares drop on Bitcoin slide. SEC rejects company's crypto accounting. Shares of MicroStrategy tumbled 17.8% Friday after the U.S. Securities and Exchange reportedly rejected the company's Bitcoin strategy. Not their strategy, but their accounting strategy. The business intelligence software company has fallen in tandem with Bitcoin, dropped more than 10% Friday to its lowest point since August. MicroStrategy shares are down 24.7% this week. A filing released Thursday showed that the SEC is rejecting the accounting method MicroStrategy was using for Bitcoin's earnings reports. We note your response prior to comment 5. Object to your adjustment of Bitcoin impairment charges in your non-GAAP measurements. The filing provides remove the adjustment for future filings. Now that, keep in mind, is that they don't treat it as a security, but they want you to impair it. So one of the things that's messed up about Bitcoin is if you want to book your gain, you actually have to sell it, but you can buy it back. It's kind of a very complicated scenario here. It passes through. MicroStrategy began buying Bitcoin and capital allocations in 2020, setting apart from other companies. It's been an aggressive buying ever since, making shares a proxy for cryptocurrency. At the end of 2021, MicroStrategy had 124,391 Bitcoin, acquired for roughly $3.75 billion, an average price of $30,159. CEO MicroStrategy said. Okay, so obviously these things ebb and flow. You see a lot of people, it looks like the network coming off. There's talk that Russia is going to reject it. It's a little bit turmoil, and I've made all my money in turmoil. I'll point out to you guys, in terms of risk on, when I bought Jack in the Box, it was after 4 people died from E. coli burgers and 700 plus people got sick. I can give you a laundry list of things I bought. When I bought Franklin Capital, they were under $1. That stock went to $22.75, became Patient Safety, sold to Stryker eventually, I think years later, for $120 million. When I bought Taco Cabana tried to expand from Texas and Oklahoma into Denver. They fell on their face. The stock fell to $3. I bought them. They ultimately got sold to private equity for more than $100 million. I'm a long-term player here. I don't comment a lot on BitNile anymore, but I feel compelled in a day like this to people to keep their heads. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of headwinds here. We just ended the first year of the Biden administration. To say that it's not a little troublesome is an understatement. You got the Russia outside of the Ukraine. There's talk of invasion. You got Russia talking about banning Bitcoin, possibly throwing out the Bitcoin miners. We already know what's happening in Kazakhstan with civil unrest. This is the nature of the game. The people that can stay in the game usually win. The people that can't stay in the game sell and blame other people. I would encourage you, the people who are going to my conference, you should really focus on not blaming other people for the decisions you make. I don't. I don't blame the market. I don't blame one individual. I blame myself. I make the decisions I make. It's part of your learning process. I hope all of you have a chance to read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The older version will help you understand how you make a decision. I made a decision to build a holding company. We're 3 years into a 7-year strategy. I understand that there's going to be people out there that said, oh, this and that. They're going to be bashing this and that. I don't pay a lot of attention to them, but one thing I do pay attention to is false information. I just want people to get the whole story, and that's what's important to me. I hope you get a chance to take a look at Turn On Green's products. We're really excited about the evolution that's taken place at Turn On Green. We're excited about what's happening with Indy. Those of you who question me on the sponsorship, it's important to note that IndyCar drivers drive cars. And those people who watch IndyCar buy cars. And those people who watch people drive cars that drive cars could possibly buy EVs. And they could also need a charger.
Possibly.
Those people who watch IndyCar may invest, and they may need to use Earnity. And those people who watch things like that may need a loan. They may do things that address the market we want to address. We love Indy. We love the people who watch Indy. We love their values. We love the Indy 500. We love the greatest spectacle ever, which is the Indy 500. That day, the most people ever in history get together in one event to watch it. It's really an amazing time. Now, I get that statistic online. I talked to Indy about it. You guys may think that some people watch more like sport at one time, like the World Cup and stuff like that. They may watch it on TV, like the Super Bowl. but I'm talking about being at the Indy 500. You're at one with 300,000 plus people and another 5.5 million watching it on TV. It's really a great product for us. It's a great place for us to be. We're really excited about it. Special thanks this week to Ed Carpenter Racing, Connor Daly, the Daly family, all their support online. That's been wonderful. Tim, the president of Ed Carpenter Racing, Renus VK, who was also raced for Ed Carpenter, who raced the Bitcoin car. By the way, isn't it a coincidence that BitNile is with the first company, the first racing team to ever race a Bitcoin car? When Ed Carpenter went and spoke at the Bitcoin conference, Bitcoin conference in Miami. There's a reason for what we do here. And there's a reason we do the show. That's to be able to talk to you guys about these things. I know it's really difficult times. The market is not cooperating. I realize that. But, you know, this will pass. Eventually, the Fed will probably ease up a little bit. You know, they'll ease up once they pounded the NASDAQ into the ground. I'm not worried about it. You shouldn't either. Obviously, be careful out there. Know what you're owning. Know what you're buying. Stay tuned for what we're doing. Obviously, we try to be as transparent as legally possible. Special thanks this week again to Nick, Brett, Randy, Christy, our new producer, who had to go to Indiana in the cold and
It was so cold.
and
too.
supervise
So cool.
a new group of people. Special thanks to them. So Christy, actually, this is her first week on the job, and she had to go to Indiana and watch everyone set up. Brett and Nick had to hunk all this. See all the equipment in here? All that. Can we? I don't think we can see anymore, can we? Oh yeah, you can kind of see it down there where Christy is.
Oh, yeah.
All that equipment down there, boards, all this stuff. It was. What's crazy is something, by the way, I learned. I never knew that you had TSA locks, but they had to put them all in these Pelican cases. So there were 7 cases of stuff. They had to transport it for an hour show. We did the show, and then they had to come back here. But we did have a couple good dinners. It was fun. A good time.
We did.
Really a great time. Guys, everyone, it's Friday the 21st. Try to have a calm weekend. I'll see everybody on Monday. It should be a volatile day on Monday. The market ended at lows. Obviously, short term, the market looks terrible. We'll see you Monday.